Microphone check. The hell are we even looking at here? Oh, right. Bitcoin. Yeah, sure. I mean, pretty strong approach to the high. Looks like we have some manner of low that we've established. We really don't have demand until these lower areas. And I'll be honest, I don't. I mean, whatever. If there's a spot of demand in here, I am going to suggest that it be this one. Not if there is. I don't like this, guys. I think you know this about me, but I'm not a big fan of that. But we have to, you know, be objective and say, obviously, that the market participants that got involved in that area created a significant move. Um, let's get out. Man, we'll do higher time frames here in a bit. We'll stay on the local as market is in the process of forming the orb. Mm. Let's do a little bit of mid time frame structure. Right, so ever since this bullish flip here, we really yeah, I mean we've been trending upwards, right? And so our pending bullish break at this point is going to be 64,131. And yeah, and then then we get to asking, like, is this range itself going to deviate? We have a fairly aggressive approach to the high. Obviously we still have this general range here, which we've developed a set of fairly poor lows on. To be cognizant of that. So that's a range, right? And then we have more ranges. We have range here, and then we have range here. So let's not lose sight of the fact that we are still in a very internal and compressed setting. And inside of that internal and compressed setting, we are starting to challenge premium of a couple of different areas. So bearish transitions in these situations, I think, could be, well, I mean, a bearish transition here should lead to this demand. A loss of this demand should lead to this low. A break of that low should lead down to a break of that low. Oh, a break of that low. 64,131 should quite honestly lead us to clear down to here, or here, or here. So that's kind of like, again, fail here, hit demand, fail demand, hit the low, break the low, and we would be developing a downtrend at that point. With permission of targeting all the way down to some of these pretty poor lows. So all of that is to say that, you know, that's kind of how like the waterfall would begin, what it would start to look like. So no reason to be bearish yet. Honestly, didn't even look to see. I'm yapping away over here, and I'm like, I hit all the correct buttons, right? Did I hit all the correct buttons? My stream appears to be live, and good morning, Josh and Jason. It's all for you guys, man. You're the guys that show up every day. So it's all for you. Oh, did you jack up my orb? Oh, brother. Stream is clear. Good. Sweet. Thanks, man. Appreciate the confirmation. Um, yeah, I mean, do we have structure between here and here? We do. Do I really care about it? No, I don't. I really don't. So I still think deviations below this low for a new high makes sense. That makes sense. Must have had some higher time. Oh, wait a minute. I was like, what created this low here? What was it? Just for my own personal curiosity at this point. Is it a 2-minute order block? I didn't see it on the 3. 5. No. 10. No, because the 10 is what I longed yesterday. Is it this 2? Fuck, it is, huh? A little spiky 2-minute candle there? Is that real talk? No, I missed that. Let's not fucking. Who gives a shit, right? All right. Let's get back over here. So we did touch the highs, right? Highs have indeed touched. Can we confirm? No, highs have not touched. Well, these highs have. These highs have. Let's get back to 1. Check open. I mean, so here's kind of what we have going. This is how I look at this. Market opened here and came above this high. Somebody's hiding their stop loss up there, right? And so obviously coming up and tackling that high, we're going to have some bearish price action, and it may lead to a break, which may lead to a retest, which may lead to demand, and so on and so forth that we discussed, right? But yeah, so I don't know. It's a little, I guess what I'm trying to say is it's a little concerning that we did come up above that high on open and tag those limits and are coming down. But I don't think we've really tested limits to the downside yet. So there may be hope for. What am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is we already have evidence of failure to close above the high. And we have a pending break here, and we may get a bearish result out of the sweep of this high. That is what I'm trying to say. Having said that, I'm recognizing the fact that I don't think we've hit the lower side limit orders in the books this morning. I still think we need to test those. And yeah, I'm just talking like structurally, whoever longed here comes up or comes down, comes up. They may have moved their stop loss into profit. Just the way that whoever was shorting in here was likely covering that high. So just the 2 most recent liquidity areas. Blah, 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 blah. Would have been a beauty of a trade out of that 1-hour order block. Let's see. 1-hour order block. This guy right here, right? Yeah. What did structure look like down there for confirmations? It's kind of rough, wasn't it? It was kind of rough. Honestly, so let's go back and look at that because we might as well, right? Might as well. Get all this shit off the chart. So we're kind of referring to this 1 hour order block right here, right? Cool. From a structural standpoint, upon an interaction with your pending break is here. And so I'm trying to, I think the better long was actually covering this low here and not these awkward lows down here. Yeah, it's this area right in here. Well, I'm on the 5. So there's the break that aims there. As far as entries go, I think that would have been the best. I like this one the best. I'd say it's always fun. All right, let's get back to our current business here. Get all these pencils off here as usual. And let's go take a peek at the broader market. See what else is going on out here. ETH, you're making me look dumb, bro. Man, ETH is really beginning to look problematic here. I don't know if I want to give this a ton of credence, but man, ETH is starting to look fragile. As far as further upside goes, it's really starting to look fragile. Or is there anything good on here? No, man, there really isn't. There really isn't. I mean, structure still has to break, but yeah, we don't have a proper high yet. We definitely haven't broken anything bearishly, but man, the way we are starting to stack these poor lows is a problem, in my opinion. Gosh, yeah, that looks kind of rough. Tether dominance, what do you got for us, buddy? You broke bearishly here, and don't break bullishly again until here. Okay, cool. Link, you get anything? You get any information for us yet? Link, this has the potential of problems. It's not really out of a sensical area though. Okay, cool. NQ, what do we got here? We have a transition off that anchored VWAP. And essentially a deviation of this internal kind of range here. You actually you could turn up here. I'd believe you. After a purge of this low, tap of that anchored VWAP, which is running off of the low, I believe. Yeah, the anchored VWAP is running off of the low down here. And you have a 30-minute, well, whatever, 31 hour something. You have a transition of primary structure from here to here. You have a transition of primary structure. So that could be, we could be looking at some upside there. What am I missing? I'm missing like Soul. Fartcoin, first of all, you pissed me off because they delisted this on my exchange. I need to get rid of my fucking alert on this. This was driving me crazy. Soul, you're the one I want to look at. Low's good. Low's good. This looks like it could have further upside to it as well. Bitcoin, let's get that orb, Hobie. ING, sure. Oh, you do want to look at Fartcoin? We can take a look at that. We can take a look at it. Let's go take a peek at ING real quick. Virtual. Okay, we had theories there, but that's not what we're here for. We are taking a look at ING and then moving back to Fartcoin. I'm going to load up ING, set some alerts on Bitcoin, and then we will continue. Okay, let's throw some alerts on our box here. Go back to ING. Took our internal low. Is this a 50% retracement between here and here? It's really not. I keep my 50% line really faint, but it's up here. So really it's just a play of this range. Got our little bear flag, broke our structure, hit our supply, formed a good high, deviate again, okay. Poor high, good low. Poor high, good low. Demand. Let's check, is that out of deviation? Not quite, but we currently have a poor high. So if we fix that, it could fall. As far as supply goes, it's not the best of supply, but I'm going to put it right here. Let's get into our lower time frames. Let's take a look at how the session opened. All right, so for session open, you have no wicks here. Pretty indicative of no limit orders. So as far as longs go, I would have two suggestions on this. Let me get this ugly line off here. Let's get this range off of here for now. Let's focus on essentially what the London range was. Yeah, I'm going to say this dotted line is our demand, right? Yeah, well, actually, that's just our range. It's just the prior swing-ish high. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I mean, I think for longs here, I think we want the bottom side of this range. To start, I mean, I do wonder whether or not we can just take this internal low. Do we have any demand underneath that low? We have something there. Got a 5 there. Do we have a 10? No, but we do have a 5. Yeah, so I'm gonna suggest maybe lift here or here for INJ, and then I think we do have permission to look for. Obviously, we have permission, but if we are going to do like a bearish PO3 style deviation of the range in the dotted box, then I think we need to fix these highs. And so I think that is a place to look. Again, on this one, we have not tested upper side orders yet. No wicks. We have not tested upper side orders yet. This thing's gonna... Are you gonna attempt to shift structure here? This is an irrelevant structure shift, but... all right, what a Bitcoin. Bitcoin's still doing absolutely fuck all. Brother, what is this line right here? Oh, that's the deviation threshold of this. Gotcha. All right. Let's see if we have anything else on here worth talking about. Yeah, I think I'd want to put my primary focus onto this range right here. And then if we smoke to the upside, I would have my next attention here. And if we do create a bearish PO3 deviation here, I wouldn't be interested in until here. So these are the most interesting spots on the chart, in my opinion. And let's get back to Farcoin. Let's get this position out of my way. No, this is a pretty good high still. Or I don't I think this is still a poor high. Even though I see this, the lack of a wick at the top suggests to me that that is still a weak high. Yeah, so for shorts on this, I think it still needs to fix the high and then fail. And then maybe there's a short here, or maybe there's a short here. But as it stands currently, price action between here and here, I'm going to define as, well, but yeah, I mean, it's just objectively still bullish. It was supposed to indicate an order flow there. We can delete that. All right. Velvet. Yeah, we can do velvet. Wing. Some chicken wings, bro. We can do some chicken wings and some velvet. Okay, so we need to be aware of this. Because that is order flow objective of this. And then we should probably be aware of this. We should be aware of this. We should also be aware of this. I'm going to use a breaker block here. Oh, and then just this local range. I'm just going to use this 2-hour candle here. Okay, as far as return to zone goes on this, we have two things that create a problematic return to zone. That is one, and that is two. Um, and yeah, then probably some kind of scalp long going on here. What are you going to cover? If you cover that, it's going to be hard to establish a 3R out of that. It'd be pretty hard to establish a 3R, and we don't have a proper break yet either. Right, it would be better to actually have a proper initiation here. So let's just hold that idea off for now. And if we're going to look at a short there, then we have to look at a long here. I think I'm going to leave virtual at that. Yep. And then we'll go take a look at chicken wings. What is this even listed on, man? No. Well, first of all, I don't even see this ticker with the with the dollar sign there. So I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong, man. Because I don't even have that ticker in here. We want to look at Wingstop. Wingstop, gotcha, cool. So you have almost it's challenging monthly structure here. So you did break 4-hour structure here. I mean, unless you like super swing trading this, I'd want to be back down in here. I want to see some retracement out of here back to here. Super sexy low. Nice low. Problematic low. But structure still bullish. Yeah, that's how I'd want it to run. I'd want this. Well, I mean, unless we can get a bearish transition anytime soon, I still don't have a trade on Bitcoin. I'm still long from yesterday. My internet was crap on me, but I tried to get this out and best I could. we had a long off that 10-minute order block retest. There's a couple good trades yesterday. Yeah, there's a couple good longs. And there is your wick from testing those top side orders. Wickety dickety. So I do have to wonder to myself if 2.63K wasn't enough to break the range the first time. Can we do it? Oh, well, we have a combined. No, if we combine those, that's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty decent. Now, if we were to bump that high one more time and break this low, then we might have something we could talk about. And then I wanted to, man, I had a plan for the stream today and I didn't follow it. So let's set another alert up here and let's go do it. Where's my Coinbase chart? All right. Now let's just use this Bitstamp chart. Interesting. Oh, never mind. I take back what I was going to say anyway. Take it all back. Yeah, I get a volume div there, but here's my issue with the volume div. If you look at it on the 1 minute, right? Where was it? If you look at it on the 1 minute, that looks like a divergence, right? But I believe if we pump this up, that divergence goes away. Because essentially what you're dealing with is the combination of this volume and this volume. So once you get up to the 5, that divergence is gone. I hate when I forget to put my lines where they belong. That line does not belong here. Looking at Model 2 BTC Weekly. And I don't see it here. I think you can make the argument for a Model 1, but I don't see the argument for the Model 2. And also, if we're trying to make a case that the accumulation model is already in, where spring? Where? Where spring? How would a visit to the mid 40s affect the model? Probably pretty bad. Let's take a look. Yeah, it'd fuck it all the way up. It'd fuck it all the way up. I think. Yeah, it'd fuck it all the way up. Oh, weekly. You're not saying that it is a Model 2. You're saying what if we developed one on the weekly for Model 2. So I think to develop one on the weekly for Model 2, we would need to obviously smash this low again. Basically do a PO3 here, create demand, retest that demand, and then you could develop a Model 2 on the weekly. Which would essentially present like a bullish PO3. Yeah, I think you'd have to have something like that. We're bull. WB, man. I mean, it's probably a break of this, though. Still, though, you got some evidence of absorption up here. I mean, you had 1.9K hitting that wee little 1 minute candle right here. It attempted a new high, failed. check the footprints and see if there's any info over there. There's a bearish delta coming out of that candle, but we've already, price has already returned to there. Right, like there was a bearish delta coming out of out of this candle, but like we're already returning to that area. Hey, I'm an asshole. Um, Good morning, Slam Banjo. J Taka Oka 01. Missed you. I missed you. I didn't say good morning. Just a wick. Jason, if you're talking about that accumulation model again in a wick, I would need you to illustrate that for me. But you know what lines up with this concept of that model too on the weekly? Dominance. Dominance. Yeah, I would agree with it. All right, so next things I will be watching for. Well, first of all, this. That's one thing for sure. The other thing would be a purge of this high and then a break of that low. But that's that's kind of discouraging. I'm just gonna go ahead and close my long here. We'll start by closing the long. All right, so we've pushed out of orb, right? We set a high, pulled back, we set another high. We talk about that all the time. And we still have to break this low. Or I got no trade. And all in all, that long served me pretty well. Say lovey, sucker. Yeah, where ball? The confluence. What I would be doing if I was looking for a reversal. Let's go through it. So just looking at the range of price between here and here. And then we have piss poor liquidity on either side of it, right? So for shorts, I've got a couple ideas. Let me get through all this, okay? So first thing I would need is an interaction of 65, 422. And then obviously primary upwards structure, I'm not even going to draw it. We're not going to draw it all out, is here, right? So if we can't break this, we can't aim for this. So if we were to interact with this zone, I would be looking at primary structure from here to here, which is basically orb. It's basically orb, right? That would be primary structure between here and here. Would be a loss of orb. So then I'd have to refine and I'd have to go, okay, semi-equal lows, market open. What does my structure look like between here and here? And currently it's 1, 2, more or less. But if we come up for 3, break that, I would start targeting this. And then only if we could break this would I target this. So that's that's the one idea. Now, because we have these kind of problematic highs here, I think, taking a look at your deviation threshold here to account for cleaning these highs off. You need a little bit more loud and proud high up there, though. Excuse me, Link? 65, 550. Oh yeah, if there's a buy wall there, that's concerning. Why in the fuck would people want to buy here? That seems like a dumbass idea. It's a fucking terrible place to buy. That is a fucking god awful place to buy. Oh my god, that'd be such a fucking poor place to buy. 550. Who the fuck buys up here, bro? What the fuck is wrong with these bots? Oh my god. That is a shit place to buy. And so what is the market makers? Whether it's for conceptual use or technical use, we're gonna talk about what the market maker's responsibility is. What they get paid to do is, if there is a buy wall here, then they get paid to sell there. Their job is to sell there. That's what they are hired to do. Mm. Mm. not particularly good, is it? What an awkward high. What an awkward high. Now, if you have sellers up here, if you have a sell wall here, then you have to, then from a market maker's perspective, you look at it the opposite direction. See, if everybody's looking to sell here, my job is to buy here. But we still have to worry about this. What's up with the pizzles, man? Hmm. Hmm. please. Soul, can you make it easy for everybody and give an initiation and a mitigation? Can you do that, buddy? Oh, it might be game back on. J Takaoka01, let's take a look at what's up, man. And yeah, let me take a look at oil. I don't know what we said about this, but it needs to fix that high. Earl, where you at, homie? Uh, Bullish. Yeah, I'm still hella bullish on oil, man. Still hella bullish on oil. But local trades, no. I mean, like you could look for a short up into here to like a long out of here kind of thing, but it's forming a pretty shitty return to zone at this point. It's not. This is not encouraging. What are we doing? Oil. Yeah, I mean it's a little rangy here. A little rangy here. Um, but you've got structure, external structure on your side. Oh, that's only a 1.77, so you got to take it clean above that high. But having deviated the low, that's probably okay to look for. So I don't know. Why is it that we see, dude? Is it just me? Listen. I don't look at a lot of other people's TA. Right. I don't watch a bunch of stuff on YouTube. Um, but do we not see these range deviation models like almost on a daily basis anymore? I mean, I feel like every time I'm opening the fucking chart, it just feels like the same shit over and 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 over again. It's like a fucking daily basis. Maybe it's just me, man. All right, man. We're getting close to the time where I'm gonna tell you I love you. I'm rooting for you. There's nothing you can do about it. Um, yeah, I think I said all there is to say, guys. You all know what I'm looking at, right? Well, in case I wasn't intimately clear, I have an alert set here, and I want to see if we bearishly break it. I guess I should set alert here. See if we form anything sensible for a short out of that area. So, I bid you all adieu. I'm going to throw that to break even. And I'm going to move on with my life. Thought I was going to take the L there. All right. Adios.